Hello, what is going on, everybody? Welcome to episode number 26 of the Everything NYJ podcast. As always, I hope you guys are always happy, safe, well. I am still drinking all the Kool-Aid. My name is Liam. I am your host as always. What a freaking positive week it has been. What a good week it has been if you are a New York Jets fan. We have a lot to get into. We're going to discuss Mike White. We're going to get into the NFL trade deadline. We're going to talk about the Jets versus Colts Thursday Night Football coming up tomorrow night. But before we get into all of that, I just wanted to mention that you could follow me on Twitter at EverythingNYJ. If you guys happen to like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, share the video, leave a comment, whatever you guys want to do, whatever tickles your fancy, I appreciate it. I appreciate all the love, I appreciate all the support. So, Mike White, baby, I am still super pumped up. I am still in shock over the Halloween game. And what an honor it was to be there live. You know, I can't stress that enough. I loved being at that game. That is easily my favorite game to ever attend live. Mike White is playing Thursday night. Rightfully so. With Zach Wilson being out, Mike White, has earned the opportunity to start Thursday night. And listen, you have to keep playing Mike White. The entire team loves him. All the players love him. They're, going on Twitter, going hard for him, saying how much they love him, how much they appreciate him. I know Ty Johnson was a big advocate of letting him start over Josh Johnson. The whole team loves Mike White. That's very easy to see. Mike White has to continue to play every week until he has probably about 2 bad games, maybe 3. And I'm saying he really has to stink it up. If he's scoring, 3-4 touchdown passes and, they're just losing by a field goal or whatever, I say you keep Mike White in. If Mike White gives you the best chance to succeed, you got to go with your hot hand, guys. It's no secret, we all love Zach Wilson. I'm seeing a meme on Twitter. I don't know if you guys have ever seen it or not. It's the meme from Toy Story where Andy throws away Woody and says, "I don't want to play with you anymore." It's a picture, it's the Jets logo on Andy's face, with Zach Wilson on Woody's face. Zach Wilson's face on Woody, I should say. And it's saying, "I don't want to play with you anymore." Listen, I love Zach Wilson. That meme kind of made me laugh. I love Zach Wilson. He's still my boy. He's still my quarterback. But I also love Mike White. We didn't know that we needed Mike White up until last week. We all thought Mike White was a bum. We didn't like him. We had no confidence in him starting a game. And a lot of the NFL didn't even know who Mike White was before last week. Outside of Jets Nation, a lot of other teams, fans of other teams didn't even know who this guy was. That's okay. Mike White and the Jets just beat the first seed in the AFC, the Cincinnati Bengals. Obviously, Mike White didn't do it alone. A big part of that game was the running backs. And the running backs look very promising. Ty Johnson, Michael Carter, they look great. But Mike White also led the NFL this week, led the entire league in passing yards. That is insane. When was the last time the Jets have had a positive stat like that? Normally, it's like the Jets, scored the least amount of points, or they get shut out, or, the most penalized team. Something stupid, something embarrassing. This was a final win that we can be finally proud of. We can be proud of this Jets football team right now. And let me tell you something. Mike White's NFL jersey from Sunday has made it to Canton, Ohio. Mike White's jersey is in the Pro Football Hall of Fame. It is on display because Mike White now holds the NFL record for most completions for an NFL quarterback in his first start. That's something to hang our hats on, guys. That is something to be freaking proud of. I can't get over it, man. I'm in shock. I'm in utter shock. This team has just been getting their ass kicked week in and week out, not being competitive, not playing hard, not fighting, getting blown out, getting their doors blown off every week. And now we have this pleasant surprise. And that's what it is. It's a pleasant surprise. Nobody thought it was coming. We had no expectations going into this game. And all they did, they shocked us. They surprised us. And there is nothing to be negative about. If you guys are negative, have any negative takes on this, then you guys are just negative fans. That's all that there is to say about it. Nothing but positivity coming from one Jets drive this week, and it's freaking amazing. During all this quarterback chaos, though, the quarterback carousel, whatever you want to call it, the Jets went out and they signed Zach Wilson's personal quarterback coach and former NFL quarterback, John Beck. John Beck was at the game on Sunday, and what this really came down to was the Jets panicked when Zach Wilson went out. They didn't expect Mike White to be good. They went out, they signed veteran quarterback Joe Flacco because I guess they have no faith in Josh Johnson, who looked more than serviceable Sunday when he had to step in for those couple of snaps that Mike White was hurt for. They signed John Beck, so what does that mean? John Beck is obviously Zach Wilson's personal quarterback coach, and they want to make it work with Zach Wilson. They want Zach Wilson to succeed, and I believe that all of us do too. I don't think that there's really any Jets fans out there that want Zach Wilson to fail. I mean, I guess if you're that high on Mike White, but Mike White has to play at a competent level for every week moving forward now. He can't be going out there scoring, one touchdown or 14 points a game, having like a 250-yard game. Mike White set the standard for quarterbacks this year on the New York Jets. They went out and they signed John Beck because obviously he knows Zach Wilson a lot better than Calabrese, a lot better than LaFleur, and any other offensive assistant on the Jets team right now. So they went out, they signed him, thinking that maybe he could get Zach Wilson to that next level. But now you got to think, I kind of have a problem with this, to an extension. Let's say, the Jets eventually move on from Zach Wilson. Do they keep John Beck? Or do they fire John Beck after one season if Zach Wilson doesn't get to where he needs to be? That is it's a legit question. We don't know. And I kind of wish that Zach Wilson's quarterback coach was in the background and, he got to work with Zach Wilson on the side. Bringing him in to work for the actual organization, it could be a good thing because, he does get to see the everyday operations of the New York Jets. But, now he also has to he has to tend to Mike White. He has to tend to Joe Flacco. He has to tend to Josh Johnson. His main focus isn't going to be Zach Wilson. It should be. It very well possibly could be, but I'm guessing it's not going to be. He's going to be in charge of all of the quarterbacks now. He's not the actual quarterback coach, but you best believe that his hand is going to be deeply involved with that quarterback room. No doubt. So getting into the trade deadline, should the Jets have traded Joe Flacco? I think they should have. Because now with Mike White playing well, Josh Johnson, like I said earlier, proved that he's serviceable. And if Mike White keeps playing well, then the NFL might be like, hey, Zach Wilson, his knee is swelling up. He's not getting healthy like we thought he was. He might need to be taking a couple extra weeks off. And they're really going to drag this Mike White thing out. I think that personally they could have traded Joe Flacco. We gave up draft compensation for him. Now we're stuck with this guy. For what? At some point, Zach Wilson is going to be coming back. And if Mike White has 2 or more bad games and they let Zach Wilson start, what happens if Zach Wilson starts stinking it up? Do they go back to Mike White? Or at that point, maybe they do throw in Joe Flacco? I don't want Joe Flacco to play, but saying that we gave up a 6th round that possibly could turn into a 5th round draft pick, I want to see something from him. We should be getting our values worth of him. And he's not like, we all know, he's not the type of guy that's going to be on the sidelines talking to these young quarterbacks, telling Zach Wilson, Mike White, whoever it is, what they did wrong, what they could do to get better. He's not that kind of guy. Joe Flacco wants to be an NFL starter. 35, 36 years old, whatever he is, he still believes he's a starter. I like that he has the starting experience. He's a Super Bowl winning MVP. The Jets panicked. See, they shouldn't have panicked when they did. I understand, you got to panic when your starting quarterback goes down. We didn't think that Mike White was going to be what he was. I would have waited until after this game to sign Joe Flacco if that's what we were going to do. See how Mike White does. See if Mike White is serviceable. See what he can and can't do out there. That's what I would be doing. I wouldn't just go out and sign Joe Flacco for the hell of it because your starting quarterback goes down. So now we're stuck with this guy. We didn't trade him, but I will say this. Joe Douglas made another phenomenal trade. Joe Douglas is really becoming the trade master. Say what you want about him. Some people are calling for his head. Some people don't like him. Other people do. You gotta love Joe Douglas's trade compensation. Joe Douglas traded tight end Daniel Brown to the Kansas City Chiefs for offensive guard, I hope I pronounced this right, Laurent Duvernay-Tardif. I don't know if I'm saying that right. I gotta be honest with you. I don't know much about this guy. I had to go do some research on him. But from what I'm finding on him, I like. Again, I apologize if I didn't say his name correct. Laurent is an actual doctor. And he actually stepped away from the NFL last year to help out with the COVID-19 pandemic. So we have an actual doctor on our team, which is great. He came back to the NFL this year. He is 6'5", 321 pounds. This guy's freaking huge. And from what I'm hearing, he's like the real deal. I hear him, like I said, I don't know much about him, but I'm hearing that he's a great offensive guard. And what it does is it puts Greg Van Roten on notice. Greg Van Roten is regressing. We all know that he's not good. The Jets chose to bring him back this year. He's getting worse. He's responsible for hurting Zach Wilson. He basically is, him and McGovern. And then, all the finger pointing, there's a couple, there's some drama surrounding GVR. Especially when Zach Wilson started, stinking it up, getting booed off the field. Greg Van Roten was critical of him. I wish that the Jets would have moved on from Greg Van Roten and started Laurent, starting this week. Or maybe next week. However, we're stuck with him now. Whatever. I don't think the Jets are going to re-sign him this year. I'd be very surprised if the Jets did bring him back. But it is what it is. It's competition. Maybe this Laurent guy can step in at some point in the season if Greg Van Roten doesn't start getting better, which I don't see him getting any better. But the Jets were very quiet during this trade deadline. A lot of people expected Marcus May to be gone, Jamison Crowder, maybe Keelan Cole. No, the Jets hung on to all those guys. Which, whatever. Marcus May, I don't care. You could have gotten rid of him. I would have been fine with it. He's on the franchise tag. We're not going to pay him $13-14 million. He's probably not coming back. The writing is on the wall this season that he's going to be gone after this season. I would have been fine trading him and getting something for him. Obviously, that's not the case right now. Jamison Crowder, I have been an advocate of keeping him on the team. I just think that the veteran presence on the offensive side of the ball really is a big help. Even though he had a horrible game, he had the interception that fell right off of his fingertips. He had a fumble. He dropped a couple passes. He has not been great, especially last Sunday against the Bengals. But like I said, I do like his offensive presence. I don't want to get rid of him. At least, not. I'd be fine with bringing him back next season. Do I think it's going to happen? No, I don't. But like I said, it was a very quiet trade deadline by the Jets. Getting into the Jets-Colts preview. The Jets play the Colts Thursday night, tomorrow night. Primetime game. The Jets are 2-5 coming off of their best performance of the season so far. And they take on the 3-4 Indianapolis Colts, who are coming off of an an overtime loss to the Tennessee Titans, the other team that the Jets beat this season. And the Colts are also without T.Y. Hilton, who is one of Carson Wentz's favorite receivers, favorite targets. The Colts have scored 30 or more points in the last 3 games. So they're a high-flying offense, but I do like the Jets in this game. Corey Davis might be coming back. He's expected to play Thursday night. I do like the Jets in this game. If I had to give a score preview or prediction, I would probably say like a 35-28 if I had to guess. I think it's going to be a high-scoring game. What are we expecting from Mike White, who is going to be starting? Go out there and do what you did last week. Go out there and, put up 410 yards passing. I don't know. I'm expecting something positive. Like I said, I'm drinking the Kool-Aid. I have nothing to be negative about it this week. They fixed the most embarrassing loss in the franchise history. Moving forward, you just want to see everything getting better. You want to see Mike White improving. Getting, more. Maybe we could score 4 touchdown passes. Who knows? It's going to be interesting. I will be live tweeting during the game. If you guys are interested in that, just follow me on Twitter at everythingnyj. I'm going to try to get the review reaction video out Friday. If not, it will be out Saturday. That's going to wrap it up. Thank you guys for watching. If you guys like the video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, share the video. I'm looking forward to Thursday night. For the first time in a long time, there's a Jets game that I am looking forward to. It's primetime football. You just got to hope that they don't go out there and they don't stink it up like they do in primetime, The Jets tend not to do too well during primetime games, which is unfortunate. Let's hope that this is a new era for the New York Jets. Everything is starting to turn around at this point. In Mike White, we trust. Love the Jets. Love all of you. Stay safe. I hope I talk to you guys soon. Go follow me on Twitter. We can interact there. Hit me up. We can talk some football. Leave a comment. I will respond back to you guys. Thank you guys for always thank you guys as always for watching. I can't even talk right now. Don't know if this video made any sense. Thank you guys for watching. As always, go Jets, baby. Talk to you Friday or maybe Saturday.